Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs. So we are back on the surface. We had a whole lot of iron and we have a whole lot of other things, which actually I need to go grab those from our chest because I want to show them off to you. So I found a claw. This is the first time that I found a claw, so I had to look up what the heck it was in the wiki. And it ends up that I can make armor out of this, but I can't make any armor with just one. I need two, and I also need two more foot bones, which I have not found any of those, so we're not going to use those right now. But we are going to take our biofossils and our frozen meat, and we're going to put these up here. Let's put these here for now. And we'll go ahead and do this stuff over here with our dodo, because it is officially time for us to name our dodo. Grab the sign and put it back. So there were a lot of names for this dodo, and honestly it was a little bit difficult choosing, but I finally decided that we need to go with Fruit Loops. Mostly because Fruit Loops is just like a ridiculously cute name. I was talking about Fruit Loops when we first put this dodo egg in its place, and someone apparently, I believe their name was Eric Howard, and since this is the only person I know of who suggested this name, a lot of you suggested Sam or Toucan Sam, but I decided that Fruit Loops, Howard or Howard, okay, not Howard's, would be much better. I like it. It's spunky, it's young, it's fresh, it's ridiculous, and I have a dodo named Fruit Loops. Hello, Fruit Loops. I like how you looked at me. I pet you. Alright, so moving on. Thank you very much, Eric Howard, for your name for our dodo. We also got an egg for a Triceratops, which I believe I would like to place over here. I want to do some landscaping, I want to bring this down, and we're going to extend this bridge, but we're not going to do that for a while, because we need to do some other stuff, like make ourselves some armor out of bones, because while I was looking up how to make the claw bone armor, I found out that we can make chest pieces out of these bones. Who would have thought? I had no idea, so there we go. There we go, ribcage armor. Haha, I had no idea that this stuff existed. Let's look at ourselves. So we're wearing iron armor at the moment. Let's see, that's 2.5 are empty. Switch this out. Boom. Look how much more we have. I don't know how random bones give us that much armor, but they do, so that's awesome. And hopefully that is not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, my controls are... Hello? That, I did not even press M at all. What is this? I would like to remove you. Go away. Nice. Alright, so I now have a ribcage armor. That's pretty cool. And I can get a skull and legs, but I need leg bones for that. And for this, I need claws and foot bones, which are apparently incredibly rare because I've only gotten one claw this entire time, which is very, very disappointing. But oh well. Let's go ahead and check up on... And absolutely nothing. This is why it's so hard to get dinosaurs in this game. Absolutely nothing. Look at that. Sigh. Alright, so I guess... 2 of those in there. And 2 of those there. I can't believe we didn't get any DNA out of all of that. What is this... What is this nonsense? How can you do this to me? So much sand. Did we just get raw chicken? I don't need raw chicken or raw beef. Oh, what is this? Wait. Oh, we're gonna get some chicken DNA. Look at this. I wonder if we can impregnate Fruit Loops with a chicken. This is very possible. Chicken DNA. I don't want to break our cultivator using chicken DNA, but it's just interesting that we can have chicken DNA. Alright, so I'm gonna put that right there, because I don't know what else to do with it. Alright, so I think it's time for us to start working on extending our bridge. We do have dinosaur news for this day, for this episode. I need to start figuring out how I'm going to make this bridge before we start talking about it, though, because I have no idea what's going on here. Alright, so I think this is maybe a little bit too far. If I just take this up. Where is my pickaxe? Alright. So our news today is about birds and how dinosaurs evolved into birds and the specialness that goes along with that. What exactly makes birds unique other than things like their flight? There are a few other things. Let me just lay this out first before we start talking about that too much. Alright, so how wide do I want this to be? This is going to be our corner piece. This is 1, 2, and then this is our other corner piece. So... corner piece 1, 2, and corner piece here. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. That should be good. Alright, very nice. Well then, let us just cut this away. Pick all these back up again, because I need those. Where are my stairs? Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if this is going to work as well as I would like it to, so... Aha! Well, it works exactly as I planned. Wonderful! Wonderful. Do I have... I do. Alright, so let's get into this research. This research was conducted by McGill University. It is concerning the size proportions of arms to body size of dinosaurs, and then specifically of the Maniraptorans, which were the ancestors of modern birds and avian dinosaurs in general. Let's see. And that worked perfectly. Wonderful. Alright, very good. So, the professor who was involved in this research was Dr. Hans Larsen, I believe, and a graduate student, Alexander Detechi? I don't know how to pronounce this. I have no idea how to pronounce this name, but it's D-E-C-E-C-C-H-I. Way too many C's in there. Sorry, I have no clue. But yeah, so they decided that with the recent findings of a lot of fossils in recent years, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the fact that, in general, fossil finds have been going up, up, up in recent years, mostly because, you know, as humans we need energy to run all of our electronics devices, and what better way to get energy than to continually dig up more coal and natural gas and, you know, make mines to get more iron to make steel, and generally in our search for natural resources, we continue to look for more things to dig up, and when we're digging things we very often run into fossil pits and various other things that we can use for paleontology, archaeology, etc. This is sometimes a bad thing because corporate interests sometimes outweigh the need of people to, I don't know, do research and wait and not completely destroy areas so that we can perhaps get some research out of it, get some fossils. But if it weren't for those things being done, then we wouldn't have almost any fossils at all, so I guess we can generally be okay with it, because in the end, we're all winners, somehow. Let's see, does this work? That is not what I wanted to do at all. Let's see, maybe here. Yes! Alright, very good, so that worked a lot better than I thought it would. Alright then. Okay, so what their research was on, they used a lot of recent fossils to compare the forelimbs, which are the front legs and quadrupeds, with the size of the body for various dinosaurs, and generally, throughout the entire evolution of the dinosaurs, things generally stayed pretty normal. In terms of arm to body ratio, generally, I am eventually going to either 1, get a new mouse, 2, get a mouse pad, or possibly both. But at the moment, right, that seems to be working okay. I wonder if it's even possible to make a stone. How did you get out of your cage again? Oh, my mouse. Ah. I even made a little pit for you. How are you floating over the water? This mod is like so glitched, it makes me sad. But anyway, so they were comparing the size of forelimbs to the body mass of dinosaurs and generally found that throughout the evolution of dinosaurs it stayed roughly equal. As bodies grew, so did the forelimbs also. However, the Maniraptorans, being the crazy little creatures they are, started to screw all of that up. They ruined it. They ruined it for everyone. Somehow, at some point, evolution decided... Well, evolution didn't decide anything. Please don't misinterpret me saying that. That's not how evolution works. This is just the way that I talk. But anyway, due to selective pressures in the environment... Does that work? Well, that just looks weird. But I guess I have no choice. Ugh, I don't like that. Is there a better way to do this? Ugh, no, that is definitely not beautiful. Let's go to sleep. And we're going back to our home. But yes, however, when it came to the Maniraptorans, due to selective pressures, that didn't really work out. See, the Maniraptorans already had feathers, and due to that, there were special selective pressures on them because they used their feathers for things like gliding and various other things. So they already had a lot of characteristics that were already very normal in birds of today. They weren't normal at that time because birds didn't exist then, but they had many things like hollow bones, and the bone structure was basically the same as modern birds already, many of the things. Still quite primitive, but they were what they were. I want to get rid of this dirt as well. And as a result of these selective pressures, what ended up happening was that the ratio of forelimb length to body size was broken. And what happened with the Maniraptorans was that their forelimbs began to grow much larger and longer than their other cousin dinosaurs were growing. Longer than T-Rex, longer than hadrosaurs, etc., etc., etc. Although hadrosaurs weren't really closely related to Maniraptorans at all. But things like Allosaurus, Carnosaurus, etc., etc. So, what eventually happened was they had these really long, feathered wings. Except they weren't really wings yet because they hadn't developed powered flight, they were just gliders and stuff, and they probably didn't live in the trees, they probably lived on the ground according to the research at this university. Oh, this was published in the journal Evolution, by the way, if you want to read it yourself. What to do now? Think this will be fine? Yeah, probably. And do... Very nice. Alright, that's no problem. Oh, the distractions. But yes, due to that, eventually they ended up having these very long arms that happened to have feathers, and eventually they reached the length to where they could more or less create an airfoil using their arms, and this was an amazing adaptation because it allowed them to succeed in powered flight. Powered flight being something... Okay, that's definitely not how this other one looks whatsoever. Cow, get off. Nope. Back off. No, that's not right at all. How did I do this before? Maybe putting it here? Like this? No, that's... That is completely wrong. I have no idea what I just did. Oh, I'm so bad at this spatial awareness thing. What did I do here? Okay, so these are the planks. These... Oh, okay, so I need to redo it once I get the flat pieces. Alright. So the flat pieces need to go here. Yes, I believe so. But yeah, so many raptorns eventually developed powered flight, and that gave them the unique ability to evade predators, catch prey, etc., and everything was hunky-dory for them, all the way up until they evolved into modern birds. I have really messed this up. I have no idea what is this. Okay, that is definitely a stair. Okay, so I shouldn't have these here. That's the problem. These need to be these. Yeah, okay, so I can only have one stair at a time. If there are multiple stairs, then it all goes to heck and back. I guess we're gonna do some landscaping right now, then. Alright. I think I know what I'm doing. Probably not, though. Oh! Another thing to talk about. So, today is the beginning of Chuseok. For those of you who don't know, Chuseok is a national holiday in Korea. And to make sure that I know where I'm going with this as well. Chuseok is a national holiday in Korea. It's essentially the Korean version of Thanksgiving if you have Thanksgiving in the countries where you guys live. It's sort of a nice, happy fall festival, fall eating the foods and fall harvest sort of thing. It's fairly large. It's the largest holiday along with Seollal, which is the Lunar New Year here in Korea. Families from all over Korea will travel to be together with one another, and all sorts of delicious food is made, none of which I get to eat because I am not a member of a Korean family, but yeah. I mean, I suppose I could ask some of my friends to make me some food, but I don't want to interfere with their family lives and things like that. So what? Here? Does this have to be the stairs? I don't know. I think it does. I think this has to be the stairs. Alright, so how do Alright, very good. I'm pretty sure I'm out of stairs. Yes, I am. Okay, so let's go make some more stairs. Running. But yeah, so Chuseok is now, I believe there are 3 national holiday days, so people are off work for 3 days. I don't work in Korea, so it doesn't really matter to me how many days people get off, but I'm happy that other people get plenty of days off and they get to rest. And of course this means that when I want to go eat at a restaurant or something like that, there's absolutely nowhere for me to go eat because everyone is with their families instead of cooking food in restaurants. But I'm okay with that. I can forgive them for their transgressions as long as they're happy with their family. Chuseok is a nice holiday. Usual things to eat are things like traditional foods like tok, which is sort of a... Imagine mochi, if you've ever been to Japan, made with rice. It's just ground up rice into sort of a sticky, gooey substance. Can I put... That is really strange. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work at all. How does this work? Maybe... Ah, no. Maybe here? No? Pterosaur has escaped because of starvation. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, Terry, don't escape. I promise I'll feed you, I'll catch some more. Oh no, I thought I put a feeder up there. Oh, and we're all out of time. I'm gonna go take care of this. We'll be back later, and hopefully Terry doesn't jump off a cliff or something like that. So, my name is Megneous. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, Terry's losing his mind.